So न ज्ञानेन सदृश्य पवित्र में विद्यते, न ज्ञानेन सदृश्य पवित्र में विद्यते. It means इस दुनिया में अगर कोई प्योर चीज है वो है ज्ञान. So we have been listening ज्ञान since last 2 days, 3 days, right? So it's my privilege to welcome you all for this post-lunch session on from the green revolution to cognitive revolution. Central India, with its fertile valley, rich biodiversity and hard-working farmers, communities, is often called the hub of India. It's Indian agriculture. Yet this heartland faces challenges: climate variability, soil degradation, and market access that demands innovation solutions. At this time, it offers immense opportunities through integrated farming, water conservation, and farmer cooperatives, and digital or AI agricultures. You must be aware that recently the Union Government of India has allocated around 1.63 crores towards farming sectors and its allied services. It itself talks about the government itself is very, very serious about this topic. So we are truly privileged to have Mr. Arindam with us today to share his views on caption matter. As a Vice President at Primus Partners, Arindam has nearly 15 years of experience turning policy into results across agriculture, health, infrastructure, and IT. He has headed the Prime Minister's flagship eNAM program, that is Electronic National Agriculture Market, nationally delivering with Maharashtra Chief Secretary's Office, Agriculture Department, and digital initiatives in PWD among others. He blends strategy, digital, on-ground delivery, and has led numerous programs such as the G20 working group initiative with operational objectivity. Let's open our minds and hearts to listening and how Central India can balance tradition with technology and ecology with economy. His perspective will help us reimagine agriculture not just as a livelihood but as a driver of inclusiveness and resilience growth. So let us open our minds, engage voluntarily, and together explore how this agro ecosystem can truly become a model for sustainable development. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Just give me a minute, I'll switch this on. Am I audible?
Yeah.
It's loud and clear, I guess. Yeah. So, first of all, good afternoon, all of you. My name is Arindam Pal. I work at Primus Partners as a Vice President. Close to a decade and a half experience with the overall garment ecosystem, out of which almost a decade I've invested more into agriculture. And when I speak agriculture, the first thing that comes to all in our minds is inputs or farms or fertilizers, so on and so forth. But agriculture is a huge subject. It's a massive subject. It's not just farms, crops. It's not just fertilizers. It's a lot more than that. So where I garnered my experience and where I had my hands-on experience with the farmers was through an initiative called as eNAM. I will come and dwell more into it, but I will take a stab at a couple of more initiatives that the government has taken. I will not speak more into the AI and the cognitive revolution because that's everyone, that is what everyone is doing. I will more take you through a roadmap of how my journey has been and give you a glimpse of how farmers are suffering and how we are shifting from a production-based economy to a more income-driven economy, right? So I'll just give you a brief about the company. I'll just skim through this. Our organization is called Primus Partners. We are the fastest growing homegrown consulting firm, the likes of the Big Fours. We are now 300 plus consultants across in the firm. We are situated across in Mumbai, Delhi, different parts of the country, and also we have expanded across the KSA, Dubai. We have offices in US. Our organization strives on consulting, so to speak, and we retain the consulting experience. For the likes of Google, Meta, Amazon, all of these organizations have been associated with us, along with government consulting, where I have my expertise on, and we've year on year retained this customer just because of one thing, because we give value. Our work has been acknowledged at the highest forum, from the Prime Minister's office to the Finance Ministry. We are across all the cabinet secretary. Just in Maharashtra alone, I am stationed at Mantralaya with PWD and the Agriculture Department, and we are associated close to 22 odd departments. We have close to 13 odd managing directors, and I'll just skim through it. So today I would want to speak on the biggest Indian startup with close to 11 crore entrepreneurs. And mind you, this firm or this startup works in all the district, works 24/7, and it does not have a CEO. That, my fellow audience, is the Indian agriculture. Just think of it. We often think Indian agriculture as a rural enterprise. But more than a rural enterprise, it works as a machine every single day. All of us had our wonderful lunches. Every day when we go back home, we are, we go through Zepto, we go through Instamart, we go through the convenience of all of these, and we buy from there. We go to the markets. For all people need, we go to the markets. But do we buy from farmers? No. Obviously no, because we don't have that access. So our know-how of what the farmer experiences, feels, suffers is very little. It's only through secondary knowledge, honestly, that we come to know as civilians, as understanding, like all of us. So as 11 crore farmers, it's as good as the population of some of the countries. And 86% of them are small and marginal farmers. When I mean the small and marginal farmers, they are, just imagine of a company who has branch offices everywhere, and all of these branch offices have their one person startup. And it does not end there. This workforce, this ecosystem is being driven to 45% of the workforce. Despite that, it contributes to just 1/6 of the GDP. So there is a gap. There is a gap. But how come that despite this gap, the brilliant mind of the tech giant like Bill Gates owns about 270,000 acres of land? Why? Why are people investing on acres? It's because food security is not something that we should take for granted. Food, air, water is not something that we should take for granted. I will dwell upon a couple of things, just broad prospects. I will not dwell into the details, but I will try to explain that how this case, that green revolution, had addressed the yield, but it could not completely address the income, so to speak. Price discovery today is a big problem. I mean, let's all be honest. Do we all think farmers have doubling farmers income? Have we all addressed doubling farmers income? I mean, come on. Let's just face it. I mean, it is impossible to even accept that we have reached that position. But are we trying? Yes. Yes. We are all trying. We are all trying through different initiatives. We are all driving through startups. But is this going to ground reality? Probably not. What is the lack of quality standards? What is organizations like DMI doing, Directorate of Marketing and Inspection? What is the scientific way of seeing or telling that this particular commodity, like the wheat that I've taken, has XYZ amount of moisture? Do any one of us know how is wheat registered, or how do we take up the moisture content or the protein content of, say, a mustard? Probably not, right? But it is through these NIR and AI equipments that is in the market, which is substantiating what the farmers have got. And I'll tell you why is this such a big problem. What has changed? I will not get too much into Gyan. I mean, I'm sorry, but most of us have been through this entire weekend, and I'll just try to keep it as minimalist as possible. I'll go through a three-pronged approach. And in fact, you see, technology in agriculture strives on three things: transparency, trust, and timing. We are at the cusp of technological evolution in agriculture, and it's happening right here, right now. The digital agriculture mission stays at the heart of it, where we have AI driven initiative, big data initiatives taken by the government, and they're driving it, so to speak. We have remote sensors, we have precision based technology that are being addressed for the farmers, and that's government is taking it up. How are we leveraging capacity building? How are we taking this up to the next level? How are we reaching to these farmers? That is through KVKs, that is through FPOs, that is through SAUs. What is KVK? What is FPO? What is SAU? These might sound like Hebrews, they might sound like, what is all of this? KVK is Krishi Vikas Kendra. FPO is Farmer Producer Organizations. SAU is state approved universities like ICAR. Why is all of this so important to us? It's because when we eat our food, when we are having that morsel of rice, we aren't aware that the farmer who has actually put this through has not got his due. I was having a word with ma'am just a couple of minutes back, and she was very wisely telling that in this APMCs or mandis, so to speak, farmers don't get their money. Where do farmers sell? I am a farmer. Tell me, where do I sell? The only place where I go is mandis. How many of you, with a show of hands, how many of you know what mandi is or heard the word mandi? Has any one of you heard mandi? APMCs, mandis? Great. I'm quite honestly quite surprised, because a lot of people in this generation, they don't even know what mandis are all about. Mandis or APMCs are nothing but places where farmers come and sell their produce. That is the place where traders buy the commodities and sell their produce. And this institution who's buying this commodity is still running. In the age of UPI and digital transaction that we all are in, they're still running in archaic methods. Still today, more than 3,000 mandis are still not digitized. They don't even know, and they don't want to be digitized. It's because this is the place where the biggest lacuna of farming, of produce, of price happens. Very rightly told by you, the farmers don't get their due credit. Farmers don't get their money in APMCs. Where will they get? Where is price discovery? They don't have price discovery. And eNAM, where I have been blessed to be working for close to half a decade, has brought digitization. That is electronic national agriculture market. Out of the 11 crore farmers that I guys told you, 1.8 crore farmers I'm sorry. Close to 1.8 crore farmers are associated to eNAM. 450 plus FPOs are associated to eNAM. 7,200 crores worth of payment has happened on eNAM, and none of you even know the gravity of this. And please pardon me, I mean, I'm not diminishing or or telling that you know less, but it's just that it's not validated enough. It's not glorified enough. Like Startup India, Stand Up India. It's not one of those state-of-the-art technologies, because APMCs, farmers, I mean, it's not sexy enough, right? Why would a person wearing suit, staying in Mumbai throughout his life get into farming? Who over here comes to IIM Nagpur gets into farming? Why would we get into farming? It is because this is going to be the future. And over here, I'm not here to tell that please get into farming. That's not what I'm selling. But I'm trying to tell you that there are initiatives by the government, by agriculture, by departments and startups who are helping farm get their due. And when I'm telling over here, sir, in your 10x growth vision, in the next 10 years, unfortunately, if the 45% of the workforce still remain in poverty, we can't see growth for the overall country. And that's where the economic divide is. I'll take a step back and kind of tell you, financial institution, like, okay, any of you over here go to a bank and you say, I want to have a loan. What is the first thing that they ask? Anything? What do they ask? IT return. What else? Collaterals. You can say your salary records, or for organization they ask for GSTs, right? If a farmer goes, what does he give? Land. Is it validated? How does a banker, okay, I'm a banker. A farmer comes to me and tells me, साहब मेरे को लोन चाहिए. कहाँ से आया? क्या आधार है? Is there a digital record? Do you have a ledger? How much have you grown? What is your KYC? He doesn't have anything. He didn't have anything. Presenting to you, it's imperative that all of you know this. It is AgriStack. The digital agriculture mission the government of India has put in AgriStack. Why am I telling this to you? It is imperative that you know this. That digital agriculture mission under AgriStack have built farmer records. They have asked just 3 questions. Who's the farmer? What is he selling, or what is he sowing, and where is his land? Plain 3 simple questions. That ledger is going to be his credential for time to come. What is like a couple of slides back I just told that India suffers from small and marginal farmers, right? Small and marginal farmer क्या होता है? Small and marginal land holding क्या होता है? छोटे लैंड. हम बोलते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर में मैकेनाइजेशन लाओ. मैकेनाइजेशन कैसे लाते? बड़ा लैंड नहीं है, छोटा. यहाँ से इधर लैंड खत्म हो रहा है, बंदा यहाँ से ट्रैक्टर क्या चलाएगा? How does a person drive a tractor or mechanize this entire place or run a drone or have IoT sensors or put AI based enabled equipment? So how does he do it? You can't. Surprisingly, China suffers from the same problem. But their income is far more than ours. Why? China farmers also have very interesting case study. China also has small and marginal farming issue. Anyone over here can you give a wild guess why does China have farmers have better income, but Indian farmers don't have that good income? Why? Technology one. Okay. What else? Any other thing? Government support. I mean, we forever think communism, they are always supporting the government, so this is one. What else? Finance, okay. But technology requires land. Finance requires support. Export also, but ma'am, बनाने के लिए उसको पहले बनाना तो पड़ेगा ना. Export comes later. Point taken, but उसके पहले उसको बनाना तो पड़ेगा. Why is Chinese farmers able to earn more than Indian farmers? Why are small land holdings not a problem to China, but is a problem to India? I'll tell you why. Very interesting case study. In India, if my father had an acre of land, okay, hypothetically speaking, my father had an acre of land, okay, he has 2 sons. Now that land is divided into 2 parts, 0.5, 0.5. The land has become small. Plain and simple. Will you be able to mechanize this 0.5 acre of land? No. Will you be able to put technology in this 0.5 acre of land? No. Will you be able to finance this 0.5 acre of land? No. This is the fundamental problem that China has addressed. How have they done that? Fundamental, policy level. Something that I know for certain we probably not be able to do. They have taken control of the land. Farmers there have usage rights. Farmers there have usage rights. And over there, they are able to lease it. I am a second generation person. I want to, मुझे शहर जाके काम करना, मुझे फार्मिंग नहीं करना है. तो most of the people यहाँ पे करते. तो मैं क्या करूँ? मैं ये जो लैंड है मैं उसको रेंट पे चढ़ा दूंगा. But मेरा पूरा जमीन रेंट पे जाएगा. And the farmer gets a larger parcel of land for mechanization, for technology. Answering your question, yes. So, but इसके पहले were we able to geotag locations and tell that boss 0.5 एकड़ मेरी जमीन है, ये मेरे भाई का 0.5 एकड़, इन दोनों को क्लब करो, इन दोनों को एक साथ मैकेनाइज कर दो. हम कर सकते थे? नहीं कर सकते थे. आज कर सकते हैं. क्यों? AgriStack. Use case. These are initiatives which are going to help the farmers and us, so to speak. And if the farming community or farmer or the rural income grows, we grow. The cognitive shift in farming predominantly relied more on personal experience. कि भाई मेरी, I'll again go to the same stupid example. Me and my brother are over here. अब मेरे चाचा वहाँ पे हैं. मेरे चाचा गेहूँ उगा रहे. अब मेरे पास भी ज़मीन है, उनके पास भी ज़मीन है. भाई मेरे यहाँ पे शुगर केन अच्छा हो सकता है, बट कोई बताए तो, बट मैं नहीं करूँगा. क्यों नहीं करूँगा? मेरा वहाँ पे चाचा गेहूँ कर रहा है. Mindset thought. A fundamental problem. But today, through AI advisories, what we are doing in in a lot of places, we have taken this up. Through AgriStack on Microsoft, we have done precision-based initiatives and pilots. They are giving AI advisories and telling that no, this particular piece of land is fantastic for rice. Screw wheat, do rice. Or do sugarcane, or use it for hydroponics. You have a better market here, do it. These advisories are now coming to place, and if we are able to tap into this, that is the game changer. The biggest problem today is we fundamentally don't know, as entrepreneurs like us, it's like, the biggest advantage us Indians have, we are born entrepreneurs, but we don't tap that. हमने बचपन से एक entrepreneurial thought देखी है, but हमने कभी इसको tap नहीं किया. If you are able to see even the smallest of the change, take it up and drive a change, you will be able to solve a problem, and that will bring a cognitive revolution. I'll take a minute or so, probably a bit more than a minute, because this subject is very close to me. You see, mandis or APMCs or markets, so to speak, used to run in a very archaic way. Like, okay, most of you over here raised your hand when they say that you know APMCs or you know what mandis are. Trust me, I will not malign you or not benign you, but Can you tell me who brings the commodity to the mandi? At least such as a basic question. Who brings, in most of the places, who brings the commodity to the mandi? Any guesswork? Do farmer bring? Farmer brings. Okay. Farmer himself. Okay. Farmer brings, and whom does he sell? Whom does he sell? Trader, intermediaries. Intermediaries means commission agents. Aditya. Okay. Aditya या trader? Both are very different. Aditya is agent. Trader is व्यापारी. व्यापारी खरीद रहा है, ब्रोकर बेच रहा है, बीच का दलाल है वो किसको बेच रहा है सर?
Sometimes traders and
Very nice. Very nice. Sometimes traders and brokers are same. Good point. But usually, in most of the cases, do traders sell or farmers are selling to traders or Aditya? Aditya? Brokers? Why? आप जब घर खरीदने जाते हो, आप ब्रोकर को पैसा देते हो क्या? कि पार्टी को पैसा देते हो?
sir, more money he brings ना, broker brings more money than the व्यापारी जो है कम.
बट खरीद रहा तो व्यापारी है ना दादा. हाँ?
पार्ट को पार्ट में खरीदता है ना व्यापारी.
हाँ. और गुड पॉइंट. एजेंट बीच में घुस जाता है. ओके गुड पॉइंट.
किसी से टच में आने नहीं देता,
वो आने ही नहीं देता है. बट सर मैं आपको एक जिस मुद्दे की बात बताता हूँ, आपका अगर मैं ऑनेस्टली बता रहा हूँ, मैं एपीएमसी इतना बड़ा भी मैंने एपीएमसी देखा है. इस एपीएमसी इससे मतलब इतना छोटा नहीं, ऑब्वियसली एक लेक्चर हॉल और ले लो. इतने छोटे एपीएमसी में आपको लगता है एक व्यापारी, एक कमीशन एजेंट, एक फार्मर को आने नहीं देगा? वो तो जानता ही है ना कौन सा व्यापारी कौन सा अड़ती है. तो वाई इज ही ऑलवेज ऑब्लिगेटेड टू गो टू दैट अड़त? वो तो व्यापारी को जानता है, सीधा तो उसी को बेच सकता है. फार्मर आ रहा है भाई, व्यापारी उसका दुकान उधर, फिर भी अड़त के पास जा रहा है. क्यों?
उसको लगता है कि उतना रेट वो देगा नहीं, एजेंट का तो फिक्स है कि अपने को इतना अमाउंट मिलेगा.
Very important point. Very important. Okay, now I'll ask you a very fundamental question. Who pays the farmer? Think over it now. फार्मर को पैसा कौन देता है? ब्रोकर देता है. क्यों?
एजेंट देता है. एजेंट देता है.
एजेंट देता है.
क्योंकि उसके पास समय नहीं है, वो बेच के चला जाता है.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
हम लोग भी देते हैं, हम खरीदते तो हम देते हैं.
नहीं वहाँ पे एपीएमसी में तो हम नहीं जाते ना. एपीएमसी में उसके लाइसेंस ट्रेडर्स होते हैं, लाइसेंस आड़त होता है. सो व्यापारी देता है या एजेंट देता है. ये होना चाहिए ऐसे एज पर द बाय लॉस तो है
होना तो नहीं चाहिए.
वेरी ट्रू.
लेकिन वो
होता ही है.
बना हुआ है पूरे इंडिया में.
ये 70 साल से चल रहा है सर. ये 100 साल से चल रहा है. आप एक शेतकरी, एक पीड़ित फार्मर मार्केट में जाता है, उसको जितना वो मजबूर है उस अड़त के पास जाने को. मैं आपको बताता हूं क्यों. क्योंकि उसी अड़त ने उसको क्रेडिट दी है, उसी अड़त ने उसको पैसा दिया है कि भाई तेरे को ये पैसा मैं एडवांस में दिया, ये ले जा, फर्टिलाइजर ले ले, सीड ले ले, फलाना ये सारा चीज ले ले. अब जब एक बंदे ने उसको पैसा दे रखा है, वो कहीं और जाएगा? फार्मर उसके पास क्यों आया पैसे के लिए? क्योंकि उसके पास बैंक ही नहीं है. Line of credit, what I was telling 2 minutes ago, AgriStack, why is that important? That's why it's important. A farmer is not able to access any other means through which he will get money. Agents are giving them money, instant money, and it's instant gratification. I'm getting gratification because of the produce I've bought. And the produce that is coming to the commission agent, that commission agent is selling to the traders in interest. And doesn't end here. The commission agent also gives line of credit to the same traders. वो immediately पैसा ट्रेडर से भी नहीं लेता, उसको क्रेडिट में ये देता है, ब्याज देता है. वो उसको 2-3 लाइन मतलब 15 दिन का टाइम दे देता है. ये जो इकोसिस्टम है, none of it is as per bylaws. आप अगर 1950 एपीएमसी एक्ट उठा के भी देख लो, एजेंट इज जस्ट सपोज टू बी अ फेलिसिटेटर. a facilitator between the trader and the farmer. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
In Hooghly district where I stay, वो आलू तो उठा के लेके चला जाता है एजेंट, वो तो मंडी में भी नहीं जाता है
सर that is
ऐसे उठा के लेके चला जाता है, कोल्ड स्टोरेज में रख देता है, फार्मर को पैसा दे देता है।
Very true,
ऐसे
sir.
ऐसे
Very true, sir.
भाव में खरीदता है।
Very true, sir. सर यही हो रहा है मोस्ट ऑफ द मंडीज में। हम बोलते हैं फार्मर को पैसा क्यों नहीं मिल रहा, फार्मर अभी भी पीड़ित क्यों है। भाई जब तुम्हारा इकोसिस्टम ही ऐसा है, डिजिटल बना ही नहीं इंडिया, तो कहाँ से होगी इसकी इनकम। तो इसीलिए eNAM का इतना ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस था। eNAM क्या करता है, हमने जब आई वॉज ब्लेस्ड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ eNAM. eNAM was in 2016 it started, almost a decade ago it started, and I saw the first farmer getting registered. What does the eNAM ecosystem do? We're just making a digital twin of the entire ecosystem. How does the ecosystem happen? So what I'll do is, आप लोगों ने जो बोला है, let me reflect on that and tell you what has happened different vis-a-vis eNAM. Alright, so this is gate entry, right? What happens in gate entry? A farmer comes. No, most of the cases, farmer does not come to the mandis. Farmer sends the mandis through a set of producers, through a मुखिया, because farmers के पास honestly उतने पैसे नहीं होते कि इतना छोटा सा लॉट 10 क्विंटल अपने फार्म को लेके जाए, because उसको बचत करनी है। तो उन लोग क्या करते हैं, एक FPO को, दैट इज फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, या फिर कोई अगर समझ लो मुखिया है, उनको दे देता है पैसा, उनको बोलते हैं कि भाई लेके जा। फार्मर लेके गया, मुखिया लेके गया, वहां पे उसकी लॉट एंट्री हुई। गेट एंट्री में पहले कभी भी एंट्री नहीं होती थी, तो कितनी आवक है, अराइवल कितना, बाहर कितना जा रहे, कोई हिसाब किताब नहीं था। आज इन दिस 1522 मंडीज आज अराइवल कैप्चर होती है, रियल टाइम होती है। आज भी आप मंडी enam.gov.in पे जाओगे तो आपको दिखेगा अराइवल कहाँ पे कितना मंडीज में हुआ है, जो मतलब बेसिकली उन लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं। तो वहाँ पे तो कई सारे लोग हैं जो नहीं करते, बट मैं उन मंडियों की बात कर रहा हूँ जो करते हैं। वंस योर गेट एंट्री इज डन, देन कम्स सॉर्टिंग एंड ग्रेडिंग। सॉर्टिंग एंड ग्रेडिंग एज द नेम सजेस्ट कि सॉर्ट हो रहे कि भाई मैं एक शेतकरी हूँ, मैंने समझ लो 10 क्विंटल मैंने वीट भेजा, 10 क्विंटल मैंने गेहूँ भेज दिया, या 10 क्विंटल मैंने राइस भेज दिया, या कोई और वेजिटेबल्स भेज, तो सॉर्ट हो रही। ग्रेडिंग क्या होती है? व्हाट इज ग्रेडिंग? क्वालिटी एसेइंग, राइट? आज एसेइंग कैसा होता है? आई टेल यू कैसा होता है फॉर पीपल हु डोंट नो। अगर मेरे पास समझ लो बाजरा है, तो बाजरा में ट्रेडर व्यापारी ऐसा लेते हैं, मुंह में चबाता, बोलते हैं इसमें 20% मॉइस्चर है, इसका इतना भाव आएगा, इसमें इतने, इसको इधर करो, इसको इधर करो। इज दिस अ साइंटिफिक वे ऑफ डूइंग इट? हु हैज गिवन हिम द राइट टू टेल दिस? बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विथ यू, सरप्राइजिंगली ये मैंने अपने तजुर्बे में किया। मैंने मतलब मुझे भी चेक करना था, हमारे पास मॉइस्चर मशीन था, तो हमने ना पुराने एक व्यापारी, बिकॉज उन लोग ना सालों से ये चीज़ कर रहे हैं। अब हम जब एक अंडरस्टैंड समथिंग, चेंज इज द ओनली कांस्टेंट, राइट? बट इफ यू गो विद अ पाथ ऑफ हाईएस्ट रेजिस्टेंस, यू विल नेवर सक्सीड इन अ पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव, लेट असाइड eNAM। सो ऑब्वियसली सबको लेके मिलके चलना है। तो हम व्यापारी को आके बोलते कि सर आप इसका मॉइस्चर चेक करके बोल दो। उन्होंने एक XYZ परसेंटेज बताया। उसके बाद हमने उन्हीं के सामने NIR बेस्ड AI एनेबल्ड इक्विपमेंट दिया। जो पुराने व्यापारी थे, गुड यूज केस, पुराने व्यापारी थे जिन्होंने बोला कि इसमें इतना मॉइस्चर है, सरप्राइजिंगली इट वॉज ऑलमोस्ट सेम। सरप्राइजिंगली it was very uncanny that the moisture percentage came almost same as what the AI machine told. तो which means हाँ तजुर्बा तो है भाई, तजुर्बा तो है, ऐसा नहीं कि गलत है, बट यू हैव टू सब्सटेंशिएट। आज विद इन द मार्केट आप बेचना चाहो, हाँ ठीक है भाई आप कर लो, बट मैं अगर व्यापारी हूँ और मुझे यहाँ से मैं काटोल भेजना चाहता हूँ या मुंबई भेजना चाहता हूँ, वहाँ का व्यापारी कैसे बोलेगा कि मेरा ये 15% है, 20% है, 30% है? आई नीड मशीनरी, राइट? That is where AI enabled machinery in grading comes to play. In Rajasthan, we procured close to 30 to 40, 15 lakh worth AI enabled machines, which gave protein percentage, oil percentage within 45 seconds. This was unheard of. People used to take close to a day, 24 hours, 48 hours back in the day to give protein percentage and oil percentage. Aaj 45 seconds. So we procured so many, and that's how we enabled them. What happens next? Online auction. Funny thing, do you guys know how auction happens? How do people buy produce? खुला बोली क्या होता है? अभी मतलब वो मार्केट में कई सारे मूवीज़ में देखा होगा, ये इतना जो बिडिंग होता है बेसिकली ऑक्शन जैसा होता है कि यहाँ पे सामान है रखा हुआ है, यहाँ पे मैं व्यापारी, यहाँ पे मैं कमीशन एजेंट का या फिर मैं मंडी का आदमी हूँ, और यहाँ पे मैं बोलता हूँ कि भाई इसमें कितना माल है, और वो बंदा बोलता है कि नहीं नहीं ये 1500 1500 1530 1530 1540 40 40 40 50 50 50 60 60 60 60 70 70 70 70 70 ओके, इसमें क्या हुआ? I know who is selling what. अगर मैंने डॉक्टर सुरेश को बोल दिया कि डॉक्टर सुरेश मुझे ये माल का 1560 के ऊपर नहीं देना, डॉक्टर सुरेश बोले हाँ ठीक है, मैं 1560 के ऊपर दूंगा ही नहीं इसको, मेरे सारे व्यापारी तो भाई बंधु ही है। इसको क्या बोलते हैं? इसको बोलते हैं कार्टेलाइजेशन। दैट्स व्हाट गॉट स्टॉप्ड।